when you wake up, you awaken to this higher frequency within yourself, which is essentially divine love that's associated with God. And so what happens is post that, you fall back down because you're supposed to shed the layers to get you to hold that frequency consistently in this dimension. So think of yourself as like you are the one creating a new baseline. And so as you let go of layers of distortion to get you back to that state, you have to tell yourself, like, you can actually embody that state at any moment immediately. So anything I'm learning in this process, anything that comes up as doubt or says that you're not there, that is actually a lie. It is a false programming within your mind because you've always been where you are in that frequency. And so anything that's prohibiting you from embodying that frequency right now, 24/7, is all in your mind. So you need to figure out, what do you need to do to have your ego, which is your character playing life, actually believe that you are this divine being that is integrated with God all of the time, and that God is what is powering you all of the time, and that you are immortal and anything is possible, and that all of the limitations in this world are belief systems that are not real, that are created by the mind. So you need to ask yourself, what do you need to do? Now, for me personally, what has been working for me is working out multiple times a day, learning. For some reason, it is totally rebooting my entire central nervous system. When I am doing movement, I am literally talking to myself. I am reprogramming myself. I am repeating to myself, anything is possible, that all of this, I go through, I am actively talking to myself in my workouts and doing various forms of workouts, and it is building up my central nervous system to be able to hold a higher voltage of a frequency and making it my new baseline. So when I go out in the world and I see all of this distortion and the illusion, it does not phase my field. And so this is what, you have to figure out, what is going to guide you to keep you going, to get your ego to believe that there is no lack, there is only abundance. And anytime any fear comes up, you need to understand, where is this fear coming from? It is not, it's not you. So it's part of the lower level belief system, and knowing that you can override that. So doing what you can. And one of the things that I've learned is that I will repeat acts that I sometimes have already thought that I overcame, and I'll be like, am I regressing? But what I've learned is that I am acting out the act in a higher level of awareness than I was before. And part of that is, A, to show me how far I've come, and B, when you are embodying a higher state, you cannot have any distortion come with you. So if there's anything lingering, you have to squash it. And so you're going to have to sometimes repeat lessons at a higher level of awareness, so you can ensure and be confident in yourself that everything is true. And it is basically, like I said earlier, retraining your central nervous system and the cells in your body to reject any sense of falsity. And it's also retraining you to really be in touch with your body, because as I've been learning in this process, part of the distortion is a lot of people, pretty much all of us, are not connected to our bodies. And so working through rebuilding that trust with your body, when your body tells you something's off, whether it's with a person, whether it's something you're consuming, something you're watching, that is your spirit. That is what houses you. You need to listen to your body. Your body knows what is best. And so when you don't listen to your body and you hurt your body, or you do, you invest in things externally in the material world because you think your body isn't aligning with what you think is right, you have to ask yourself, why do you think there's something wrong with you? God created your body, and God creates everything in his image, or I don't really believe God is a he, but we'll just keep it as that. So there is no imperfection in the body. And so when you start to view the body and understand that it is capable of many things, and there's a lot that this lower level density world has a delusion of the body, then you can be open more to truths of the body. And look, I'm still going through that right now of really understanding the body and trying to stay as present as possible as my body detoxes and adapts and adjusts. And one of the things that's really trippy that I figured out, and there's studies on this too, but just from my own intuition, is like throughout the day, you are actively programming your body and your mind and your intelligence. And so what voices you choose to feed is what is going into your cells. And then when you go to sleep at night, you're basically rebooting. So there's like, I kind of view this as like artificial intelligence, but there is like a system that basically evaluates your behavior throughout the day and what belief systems you chose to believe and what belief systems you chose to reject. And then based off of how you went about your day from a awareness standpoint, it's not always actions, it's more so the awareness of the actions and the intentions behind what you were performing. You will then awaken the following day in a certain state. If your actions were really negative and belief systems were really bad and you didn't learn the lesson or become aware of that is not you, then you will awaken more negative the next day. Even if your actions were negative, if your awareness of those actions were like, this isn't aligned with me, you actually awaken a lot better the following day. So start paying attention to what are you actioning, what conscious behavior are you observing throughout the day, and then pay attention to how is that affecting how you feel when you wake up the next morning.